Hello, welcome to another beer review with your host Jonathan Brown. And in this review, I'm well, put it this way, this is the second take of it. I've poured it out, I've smelt it, and much to my annoyance, when I played it back, it didn't come out right. So let's start from the beginning. We are going to Austria. We are going to a brewer. Here we go. First mistake I made in the first video. I'll show you the beer. The beer is from the Eggenberg brewery. It is their Samichlaus Classic at 14% ABV. Classed as a lager. There's the back side. Lovely jubbly. Lots of info. Pity it's all in foreign, but there you go. So let's go to the history. There's a lot of history behind this beer, and I want to tell you boys and girls about it because I've done some research. Samichlaus, first brewed in 1979. Origin started in Hurlimann Brewery in the Swiss Alps through experiments to discover a way to ferment in wort to create a beer of 14%. This was in the Guinness Book of Records, by the way, boys and girls. They decided to make it a Christmas beer. Samichlaus, being Swiss, German for Santa Claus, did earn a place in the Guinness Book of Records at the time. In the 1990s, when Hurlimann was taken over by a local rival. Now Hurlimann, I used to drink their lager years ago, when in my teen years. I used to call it hooligans. Pony hooligans. Anyway, they got taken over by a local rival called Schloss. It was dropped then. Austrian brewery Eggenberg took it over. Annually on December the 6th, they released this beer. Now, this beer, I should read the back for you because there's a lot of information. Brewed only once a year on December the 6th. Samichlaus is aged for 10 months before, so there's a lot of work being put in on this before bottling. Served with hearty, robust dishes and desserts, in particular with chocolates, or as an after-dinner drink itself. Now, from the neck, you get a roastedness, you get a caramel, bars, you know, even. I poured it out, and she came out with hardly any head on her because of her strength. She's 14%, so still you're getting a sweetness there, cakiness, raisins, sultanas, even a hint of sherryness about it. When I tasted her, you got a lovely sweetness on the front end, sherry like. Then you got raisins, cake mix type of Christmas puddingness about it, and she doesn't feel Christmassy. She doesn't feel like, you know, bar humbug, which would try to kind of like get the beer to taste like seasonal with hints of cinnamon and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like that. It feels like a sweet, full-on malt lager, which would complement your meal more. It's more honest, you know what I mean. It feels more honest. It feels, you know, the brewers think that, you know, it's gonna go with your meal on Christmas Day. There is a warmthness about it. There's a maybe a hint of mulled wineness about it, a vineness about it, in a way, which would, you know, give you an idea of type of beer to savour by a fireside on a Christmas Day. Now, as it's the back end of January, I wish you boys and girls a Merry Christmas. So Merry Christmas. But the hops used and the malts used in this. The malts of Munich, which are more or less used in pilsners, I think I'm right about that. Roasted hops and Muclevieta, which I've never heard of before, joining Pearl, Magnum and Spouter. It just feels rich, it feels sweet, it feels indulgent, it feels like something that you would indulge in on Christmas Day, you know. As it says on the label, Samichlaus is Swiss German for Santa Claus. It's you know, a lot of thought, a lot of history is behind this beer. You know, it was, you know, classed as they're classed as the world's most extraordinary beverage, and this one was bottled a year ago, 2015. So, you know, it's aged a year. She's lovely and sweet, very indulgent. She would go with chocolate. She would go with expensive chocolate. For me, would I buy this? Yeah, I think I would buy this one again. It's got that lovely kind of like impression that people have taken care with this beer. It feels like a beer which, you know, time and effort has been put into producing, and those are the type of beers which, you know, you love doing, you know, being a beer reviewer, if you want to call it that. And this is one of them. This one cost me an arm and a leg, by the way. I think it's cost me close to £6. But I have seen this available throughout the year. I've seen this in my bottle shop in the middle of August, so it's quite easy available if you look for it. Going one more time on the taste. As you can see, very flat looking, very dark looking. Well, that sweetness really hits home at the beginning. Goes into a lovely type of cake mixy type of texture. On the back end, it leaves it quite dry. Yeah, it's lovely. It really is. I keep saying it's lovely. I'm 7 minutes in. Highly recommend that for starters. Eggenberg Samichlaus. That is a cracking beer. Very much more seen as, to me, as a fireside beer. Take your time with, because of its strength. It's definitely a beer which you wouldn't neck it. You gotta be an idiot to neck it. It's a beer to be appreciated and respected at the same time as well. And what I like about this beer is, you know, it's 14%. You know, it's strong, but it tastes very nice. It's very pleasant on the taste, and for me, you know, that wins it. It really does, because you can get really strong beers and they taste like a sack of shit. You know what I mean? But this one, it really does taste beautiful. So one more time through the road. Lovely sweet. Maybe too sweet for some, but I like it. So boys and girls, thank you very much for watching this beer review. Get hold of that. Don't know, you know, get it hold of it any time of year if you can. Beautiful beer. Thanks for watching as always. See you boys and girls on my next one. You're all stars. Remember that for watching me. Murder me in the comments. See you boys and girls soon. So cheers.